We're entering the world of classic Mercedes-Benz through hidden doors. In this list, you'll witness the mind-blowing legendary facts of the classic Mercedes world. And if you don't watch this video to the end, you might regret it 1,000 times. If this is your first time discovering this place, welcome to our vintage Benz family. If you also love classic cars, or just Mercedes cars, by joining our vintage Benz family, you can witness with us the mind-boggling stories of the three-pointed star. By subscribing and turning on notifications, you can stay informed about these kinds of videos. By the end of the video, you will have witnessed the unbelievable facts about Mercedes. Without further ado, let's get to our topic. Sit back and enjoy the video. We're starting with the first vehicle on our list, and I think most of you know this car. Mercedes W113, or as everyone knows it, the Pagoda. Modern safety was born with the Pagoda. This engineering marvel of a car is a point where most of the safety features that save your life today come together. Designed in 1963, the Mercedes W113 carried the signature of the brilliant Hungarian engineer Béla Barényi. Barényi was the true inventor of the crumple zone concept. He used this revolutionary idea in 1959 in the W111 Fintail model, and later for the first time in the Mercedes W113. The middle of the Pagoda's roof had a slightly sunken design. This design was not made for aesthetic concerns. The main reason was that it was specifically designed to increase the structural strength of the roof and protect the passenger's head area in case the vehicle rolled over. Did you know that the Pagoda was one of the first mass-produced Mercedes vehicles to undergo professional crash tests? In these tests, engineers conducted very crazy experiments. That is, this vehicle was released down a slope and crashed into a wall, was made to roll over, and was even rolled down a mountain. Today, most safety features in modern automobiles actually started with the Pagoda. Mercedes is truly the real father of luxury and safety. The second car is the Mercedes 190 E 2.516 Evolution 2. Even Senna respected this car. Now pay attention, because what I'm going to tell you will leave you stunned. Everyone who saw this car designed by Mercedes in 1990 couldn't believe it was a Mercedes. The Mercedes 190 E 2.516 Evolution 2, with its huge wings, flared fenders, and aggressive stance, seemed as if it wasn't a vehicle of this world. But the truth was hidden in the soul of this monster. The Mercedes 190E 2.516 Evolution 2 was born to make the BMW M 3-bow down in Germany's legendary DTM racing series. 500 of these vehicles were produced for sale, and 2 as prototypes, and they sold at the speed of light. In 1984, at the opening race of the new Nürburgring track, Ayrton Senna raced with the Mercedes 190E 2.316, the ancestor of this series, leaving legendary pilots behind and finishing first. The world's greatest Formula One pilots were raced with an ordinary Mercedes 190E, and history was written there. I know BMW lovers won't like this car, but I apologize. The Mercedes 190E 2.516 Evolution 2 was much better than the BMW M3. We move on to the third car, and here we have the Mercedes W116 S-Class. There's a mind-blowing fact here. We wouldn't be wrong to say that ABS was first used in this vehicle. ABS, or the anti-lock braking system, which we take for granted today, was installed in the 1978 Mercedes-Benz W116 S-Class model. That system, which provides safety when you brake on a wet road today, was the engineering marvel of a group of engineers in Stuttgart decades ago. After years of joint work with the Bosch company, This system was first installed in the Mercedes 450 SEL version and made an unprecedented mark in world history. The first model to officially carry the name S-Class was also the Mercedes W116. If Mercedes engineers hadn't spent years designing the ABS system, perhaps hundreds of thousands of people would have lost their lives today. We can see them as true geniuses. Maybe most people didn't know that the Mercedes W116 S-Class was such an engineering marvel. If you have memories about it, you can share them with us. Our fourth vehicle is the Mercedes 300 SEL 6.3. The story of this vehicle might shock you. It made the Ferraris of its era eat dust, and at the same time was a luxury limousine that a Swiss banker family in a tuxedo got into. The fact that these two are in the same vehicle might seem a bit strange. Launched in 1968, the Mercedes 300 SEL 6.3, with its massive 6.3-liter V8 engine, earned the title of the world's fastest four-door sedan. With 250 horsepower and a revolutionary air suspension system, it provided vibration-free luxury and reached a speed of 220 kilometers per hour in one breath. But the most important part begins in 1971. AMG, a newly established nameless tuning company, took a Mercedes 300 SEL 6.3 and increased its engine to 6.8 liters and made its color crimson red. The car's nickname became Rote Sau, meaning red pig. And Rote Sau beat professional Porsche and Ferrari race cars at the 1971 Spa 24 Hours race and managed to be first in its class and second in the overall classification. From that day on, AMG's golden age began, and all the AMG legend that exists today started with this Rote Sau. The fifth car, the Mercedes 500e. What I'm going to say about Mercedes legend, which carries Porsche's secret signatures, will leave you stunned. In the early 1990s, there was a Mercedes that secretly came out of the Porsche factory, the Mercedes 500e, later named E500. This model was an engineering marvel that emerged from the secret collaboration between Mercedes and Porsche. Mercedes wanted to fit a 5.0-liter V8 engine into the classic E-Class body, but space had run out at the Mercedes factory. Porsche, on the other hand, had hit rock bottom due to the decline in 944 and 928 sales, and unemployed engineers were wandering around the factory. An agreement was made with Mercedes, and the operation of transporting the bodies first from Sindelfingen to Zuffenhausen, then back to Sindelfingen by trucks was started. Within an 18-day process, all the details of the vehicles were integrated almost entirely by hand. The result was a gangster limousine designed with 326 horsepower, capable of going 250 kilometers per hour, with an interior specially adjusted to everyone's seat. The most striking part was that there was no visible difference from an ordinary E-Class in its exterior appearance. This made it a real wolf in sheep's clothing in traffic. When you see an ordinary 500e whose owner is unknown, don't forget what kind of legend you're standing face to face with. Our sixth vehicle is the world's most durable car, the Mercedes W123, a durability legend that reached 4.6 million kilometers. I had talked about this vehicle in other videos. You can access those videos from the cards that appear on the right side of the screen. Now you won't believe what I'm going to say. In Greece, a Mercedes 240d exceeded 4,600,000 kilometers. A taxi driver using the 1976 Mercedes-Benz 240d model passed exactly 4,600,000 kilometers. Even after this many kilometers, the car wasn't complaining at all. Mercedes gave another new vehicle to the owner of this car and took it from him, placing this Mercedes 240D, which had reached such mileage, in the museum located in Stuttgart. Even today, there are thousands of Mercedes W123s still serving as taxis in the scorching streets of many countries, and most have already exceeded 1 million kilometers. It's very difficult to understand what kind of engineering marvel this is. In fact, some mechanics say that this vehicle was designed never to break down. If you own a Mercedes W123, mention it in the comments. I would love to have a photo of myself with that legend. If this car managed to surprise you, be careful. The cars further down the list might shock you even more. The seventh car, the Mercedes R107. If you love celebrities, you'll love this car too. The Mercedes R107, in production from 1971 to 1989, became Mercedes' longest produced passenger car in history, with 18 years of mass production. 237,000 units of this vehicle were produced, and a large portion of them went especially to Hollywood. The reason was that almost all the famous stars of that era loved this car very much. Bobby Ewing's unforgettable red one in the Dallas series, the model used in Beverly Hills 90210, the version the hero used in Heart to Heart series, all were the Mercedes R107. Princess Diana, Tina Turner, John Lennon, Bjorn Borg, and most of these kinds of names owned this car. The Mercedes R107 was also an engineering marvel. It had technologies not present in vehicles of that era, including the ABS system, dual airbags, and side protection beams. If you see a Mercedes R107 in purple, red, or white on the road today, don't forget that you are actually facing the intersection point of automotive and cinema history. Before moving on to the eighth vehicle, a little reminder: if you've watched the video this far and liked it, you can support me by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Now let's continue with the video. The eighth car, Mercedes-Benz G-Class. Did you know that this vehicle, which fully deserves its immortal nickname, was born by the order of the Shah of Iran? The birth story of the Mercedes G-Class, which is today the indispensable of the luxury segment, may leave some of you in shock. In the mid-1970s, the Shah of Iran, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, was one of Mercedes-Benz's largest shareholders. He asked Mercedes engineers for something: an extremely durable vehicle that could easily move on mountains and rough roads. Mercedes and the Austrian Steyr-Daimler-Puch company came together and designed the Mercedes G-Wagon in 1979. But the most striking point of the matter is that due to the Iranian Revolution, the Shah of Iran never owned this vehicle. However, the Mercedes G-Class continues to be produced with the same main structure from that period to today. Moreover, this production is done entirely by hand. Until 2018, a Mercedes G63 AMG had the same basic chassis as the legendary G-Wagon produced in 1979. If you own a G-Wagon, which was produced for military purposes, was thought to be almost lost with the revolution, but at that time became indispensable to billionaires and signed off as the longest-lived model in automotive history. Know its value and protect that legend. We move on to the ninth car, the Mercedes C111. This vehicle was never released to the market, and the reason will surprise you. The Mercedes C111 was a spaceship that Mercedes hid from people. In 1969, in secret workshops in Stuttgart, a prototype known for its legendary orange color was designed. The Mercedes C111 was practically a monster of its era. It first started with a Wankel engine, then went to 3-rotor, and finally to 4-rotor. Then engineers made an incredible decision. They planned to put a diesel engine in this monster. In 1978, the third version of the Mercedes C-111 with a 3-liter turbo diesel engine reached a speed of 325 kilometers per hour and crushed world records. And it did this with a diesel engine. The reason it was never produced was that there was an oil crisis in the world right at that time. Today, the Mercedes C-111 in the Stuttgart Museum amazes those who see it. One day, if you encounter this legend that only stays on the shelf, please send me a photo too. The 10th car, the Mercedes 600 Grosser, and again, this car fully deserves to be on our list. The names that owned this car, the people who traveled in this car, when you hear these, I think you'll say no way. From the harshest dictators of the 20th century, who were in production from 1963 to 1981, of the Mercedes W100, that is, the Mercedes 600 Grosser, to Pope Paul VI, Hugh Hefner, Aristotle Onassis, Elizabeth Taylor, Jeremy Clarkson, and many such names all owned this car. That is, the same car was owned by Pol Pot, John Lennon, and the Pope. You might think such a thing is impossible, but it's true. What made the Mercedes W100 so special, in addition to its 6.3-liter V8 engine, was that it had hydraulically opening doors, hydraulic seats, and even a hydraulic trunk lid. The Mercedes 600 Grosser, of which 2,677 units were produced, was also entirely handmade. Today, the price of a 600 Grosser can even be more than $500,000. If this car has fascinated you, keep watching. The last and magnificent car is coming. The 11th car, fully deserving its place on the list, with its gull wings, with its extraordinary design, here is the Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing. These gull wings changed the course of automotive history forever. Produced in 1954, the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing was not just a car, it was a legend that managed to make a great mark on automotive history. This vehicle was the first mass-produced car in the world to be produced as a 4-stroke engine gasoline injection automobile. The carburetor era is slowly ending. Mercedes engineers are producing the injection system thanks to their collaboration with Bosch. The result is an automobile with exactly 215 horsepower, reaching a speed of 260 kilometers per hour. The Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing became the undisputed fastest mass-produced vehicle of its era. Those gullwing doors were not just for aesthetics. Due to the high side parts of the vehicle's special tubular roof chassis, it physically did not allow for normal door installation. The engineer's answer to this brought out the engineering marvel of gullwing doors. A total of 1,400 coupes and 1,858 roadsters were released to the market worldwide. Today, the price of the Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing can rise up to $5 million at international auctions. If there is a Gullwing in your home garage, definitely reach out to me in the comments. Maybe we can have a coffee together and take a selfie. Here are 11 mind-blowing facts from the world of classic Mercedes-Benz. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it and indicate in the comments which classic Mercedes you would like to see. If you say in the comments which Mercedes you liked the most, we can continue with those models in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell because I will come before you with many more classic Mercedes-Benz stories. Take care of yourself. See you in the next video.